Who are you? Who am I? Is this real? All I'm offering is the truth. He says, do you believe in me? Do you? Hello, I am Rasko, your host, and tonight is the night of the clash of 0.5 versus 4.5. That's right, we are doing low ABV beers versus none. Welcome to the Rasko and Disco Show. Hey, right, yeah, lots happening, lots of this and that. Hello, how are you? What you doing? Are you here yet? No one's here yet. No one's watching yet. Oh God, I'm hurt. Anyway, drink some water. I have Ghost Ship 0.5%. Ghost Ship 4.5%. We're going to drink them. Disco's got his own whenever he chooses to join us. So that's what we're doing tonight. We're, just searching through, seeing if there's a difference. If you remember last year's dry January, I did do Ghost Ship 0.5, and it was very tasty. And Ghost Ship is generally a very tasty beer. So we're going to see if there's a difference. What's the difference? How's the difference? What we're doing? We're not completely dry January. We're just dry January-ish, which is the title of the show tonight. That shaking was my cat knocking my camera. Disco's here. Hey. And then we just get a cue song. Waiting for disco. Waiting for disco. Where are you? Well, he sent me a request. I've sent him a request. Everyone's sending everyone's a request. That's so nice. Hey. Waiting for disco.
Yes, good evening, Rasko. How are we doing, sir?
Very good, sir. You?
Well, not too bad. I'm a little out of whack tonight. I'm even later than usual because I had Argyle game was on a late kickoff at 5:30, so
yes.
It went on to extra time. We managed to smash Birmingham City a 1-0 win. So absolutely world-class goal right at the end in extra time, but luckily it didn't go to penalties. But I'm all a little bit out of whack. I had to get back here and in a bit of a rush. I was watching Paul's beer reviews live over on YouTube, and then I suddenly realised it's 5 minutes to showtime.
Oh dear.
How are you doing?
I'm fine. Basically, I've had an interesting week. But so you've taken time to watch our YouTube and come do your own show. That's great. Thanks for joining us here tonight. In fact,
a little bit of plug, mate. To be fair, Paul gave us a shout out. Said, "Yeah, Rasko and Disco on at 10." That's probably why nobody's on right now because they're all over still on YouTube.
Yes.
So if you are watching us back on YouTube after the event, if this goes up next week, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and make some comments and all that jazz.
Yes, indeed. Well,
always good to say thanks.
Indeed. Well, I've had an interesting week. I've had a funny old one. I'll start with my extremely funny story. So Monday, which kind of feels like a million billion years ago, because it was a bank holiday Monday. You remember? It was I was out and about. It was still Christmas holiday break, and I was still doing things. And in the evening, I went to see the new Matrix film. Oh no, he's gone.
He's been sacked. I haven't sacked him. Don't worry, I haven't sacked him. Well, I don't know what the hell's happened there. Is he still watching? Can I invite him? I'll invite him. I'll invite him back. I don't know. Instagram, why do you do this to me?
I want to get on with you, Instagram. I do, honestly.
I don't know what happened there. It told me that the stream had finished.
Well, we definitely hadn't. I was there, about to tell my story.
Cue Rasko went about how terrible Instagram is, but no, let's go for your story first of all. Go on, where were you at?
So, what did you like?
Last thing I had was an interesting stall I heard.
Oh, great. Well, it was still the Christmas break, and it was bank holiday, and, during the Monday feels like a million miles away, years ago, and, so in the evening, I go and see the new Matrix film. I pop down to the cinema, and I can confirm the new Matrix film really isn't that much. Yeah, great. Bit of lazy film, to be honest, but that's a review for another channel. So I have a beer, I get a beer, and I have a order of Brooklyn Lager, and I got ID'd.
Did you just go, look at this, mate? Do I look 18?
I did say, do I not have enough grey hair?
Yeah.
He goes, oh, it's just procedure. Sorry, sir. And I'm like, no, you don't apologise. This is the biggest compliment I've had in over a decade.
You have ID now anyway, so it don't really matter. And it means Irish Craft Beer Guy, good evening to yourself. Thanks for popping along. What are you doing? What's going on?
So yeah, but that's what happened to me on Monday, and I didn't feel insulted. I found it hilarious, to be honest. So it's the first time in a very, very long time. No, last time I got ID'd, I was in Los Angeles, actually. And I was trying to go to some club event, and they said, yeah, we've got to ask everyone for ID. Oh, fine.
Yeah, some places. Irish Craft Beer Guy's on the Goose Island IPA. On the Perfect Drop.
Okay, and the Perfect Pint joined us. Hello, how you doing, Perfect Pint? What is the Perfect Pint? You tell us.
What are you thinking now? So, how was your Brooklyn Lager, Rasko? Was it worth the ID hassle, or?
Well, it was fine. Previously, I have had the non-ABV Brooklyn Lager, and I found that very tasty. This is the regular alcohol version.
Nice segue.
Yeah. And so, it was all right. It was, in fact, the beer was better than the film, if I'm honest. There you go. But then,
I've never had Brooklyn Lager ever, as far as I'm aware, and I've only seen 1.5 Matrix films. So,
well, maybe you should keep it that way, if I'm honest.
Right. Well, it's dry January, but my mouth is dry. So let's crack onto some beers and let's sort that situation out. I think what are we going to go for first? Are you going to? No, I see obviously what you put up on the ad for today's show. We're doing a beer and it's non-alcohol, low alcohol equivalent. Which one are you doing, and which one are you doing first, Rasko?
Well, you know what? I should have done. I should have put tape round them and just swap them round. But I'm going to go with the
idea. Yeah. Well, that's for another show, Rasko. That's an entirely different show. We could do that with the whole unknown beer challenge, where we just wrap up a beer. If we get one across to each other, we can do that. So, James Beer, hello, thanks for joining. That's an idea for another show. But, since we haven't done that, which one are you going for first? The no alcohol one or the full strength one?
I'm going to go with the low ABV one. I've still got more stories to tell, but we can continue going on.
Should we not do the beer first, and then we'll go through the stories?
Yes, well, I'm practically a celebrity these days, so beer and music. Hello, beer and music.
Greetings.
Hello, don't think I've come across you before. Welcome.
Welcome.
What music do you recommend with your beer? No. Anyway, so here we go with what beer have you got? Are you going to drink, or are you going to just sit there and marvel at my celebrityness?
No, well, that's it. I'm going. I see you're going Ghost Ship. I'm going German. I'm going the Erdinger pairing. I don't know if this is the low alcohol version of the Weissbier, but I'm assuming it is. Although this one's a weird one, Rasko, right? So it's alcohol free. I presume that means 0%. But it says refreshing isotonic drink. Now, I've never heard a beer referred to as a refreshing isotonic drink, so I've got no idea what to I've got no idea about this one. But Beer Music's a metalcore and deathcore fan.
Haha. Wow.
We can't come back on that. I mean, Rasko knows a bit of hardcore stuff, don't you?
Well, a little bit. Okay, then. What is the difference between metalcore and deathcore? In fact, deathcore. When was that thing? I thought it was just death metal. I don't know. I'm 20 years out of date. Anyway, this smells perfection. I just have a bowl.
Just about rescued that. I was too busy watching it in the camera because, like, the carbonation on that was lovely. Watching it go up the glass was terrible, but I nearly spilt it everywhere. So, it looks a great colour, nice yellow.
It smells delicious. This, honestly, it smells delicious.
Has it got that? Has it got that same grapefruity citrus smell that I don't like in the real Ghost Ship?
Yes.
I can smell the citrus from here, like, you know?
Yes, it does, mate. It does. It is so refreshing. Oh, mate, I wish I'd blind tasted this.
Yeah.
Ah. But you can tell this is definitely the low ABV one already. Beer Music's got another comment. Hello. And thanks for the follow. You just started following us. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Metalcore is a mixture of clean screams, whereas deathcore is music, harsh screams, and heavier music is, in short. Okay. So, where would Fear Factory fall into this? Are they metalcore? What? Is thrashcore or something? Or not? I know. These are new terms.
We could do an entire show on that discussion, on any music, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, as I am a celebrity these days,
Talking of celebrities, Thomas Window Beer Reviews is in the house, a YouTube celebrity, beer reviewer celebrity as such. He's an hour old anyway. Greetings, Thomas. Thanks for popping in and linking us up. Yeah, so hang on, I've got to get into this one quickly. It is very pale, but it's interesting. No aroma off it particularly.
This is lovely. Honestly, it is lovely. I would happily drink this. If you're stuck in a bar, yeah.
Yeah, I would happily drink. Well, just from the first sip. Let's see how it goes down. Go on, keep going about yours.
But if you're ever stuck in a bar of what the drink, and they said, "Oh, you got Ghost Ship 0.5," I'd happily take it. Happily take it, no problem. Beer music. The subgenre of metals are extremely fast. Hard to judge where to go into. I completely agree. with that. Sounds like a good beer. Yeah. Do you do music beer pairings? If so, listen to Rhythm Brews, who I had a slight disagreement with in their last podcast. But more on that after I talk about my celebrityness. Because, this week, for the third time on Radio 2, I was shouted out, not by Trevor Nelson because he's on holiday, but by DJSpoony, who's covering for Trevor Nelson. And yeah, I just like to say it's not a problem. I am basically, I don't know why Radio 2 haven't given me a job, if I'm honest. I'm being mentioned so often these days.
That's not the celebrity on the internet story I thought you was going to tell, but fair play. Did he like your choice of tune? And what was your choice of tune?
Well, no, I didn't. I don't select the tune. I wouldn't tell Spoony what to do. Although, well, I would tell Spoony what to do, but I didn't tell him. I just said I'm going to miss him because he's covering for Trev, and he said, "Oh, I'm going to miss you too, Ras." He didn't say that exactly, but he did shout me out saying, "Oh," you know, and that's basically how icons like me and DJSpoony go. What's Radio 2? It's a radio station, Windows Beer Review. There you go. The radio station run by the BBC. But Spoony's got me respecting House and Garage. Before I didn't like House and Garage, now I respect it. So there you go. That's progress. It's only taken 30 years.
I love the house, but I haven't got a garage, so... I can't help it. It's an affliction. I've got to do terrible jokes. It's just one of the things. I've been bouncing with Slurpy Dave on YouTube all evening, so he is the king of the terrible joke on YouTube.
Indeed. But me being me, it wasn't my only mention. We get a mention, actually. My voice has made its... yes, the BBC still going window beer reviews very much.
Just about, despite some people's other ideas, but yeah.
So I was mentioned, I'm doing my second podcast appearance on the Craft Beer Channel Bubble Butt podcast. Now, this was actually your idea, if I'd like to remind you, Disco.
Cheers, Beer Music. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for the comments. This will be up after the event if you want to catch the rest of it, if it's any good. Thanks for... And also, it should be up on YouTube next week as well if you want to check out our YouTube channel. Thanks very much.
Yes,
sorry, Rasko, go on.
Yeah. There's a segment on there where you can send in a question, a voicemail question. And I did, because some time ago, I think I brought this up, I was in the Waterloo Tap, off to see Dr. Mark Kermode, who presents on BBC Radio. And, I go there and I come across a Manchester-style bitter by Thornbridge. And I'm just thinking, hang on, what's a Manchester-style bitter? I text Craig Kent Beer Review. He said he didn't know. He said to ask Hobzine. I've considered that. But you said, why don't you just send it to Johnny Garrett on the Bubble podcast? And I thought, it's not a bad idea. And a week later, I did. And now, several weeks later, they come back with an answer. And it's all to do with Boddingtons.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to be the answer, to be fair. That was quite a left field. Obviously, Boddingtons is a classic Manchester bitter from the area. But I didn't expect that to be the answer, to be fair. I thought that was very interesting and a bit left field, to be fair. But I can see where he was going. Yeah, it's just the Boddingtons yeast as a classic beer, albeit bedeviled by big beer and buyouts and takeovers and whatever, and generally ruined. Obviously the Boddington yeast is still going about and is a classic of the style. Yeah.
I was a bit shocked. Johnny was a bit shocked. He asked the age-old question, though, of who is this? Is it Rasko or Disco? I mean, to
be fair, you did say so. Yeah, and Brad did remember it was you, so he did come up with you. So I didn't really get a mention. You did. Just briefly there, Rasko, I'll go address it. It's a new thing. There's a question popped up. I've not seen that before. So thanks, Thomas, for activating a new thing. It says question.
I just approved it because it comes up on my screen, and then I just looked at it and thought, okay.
I've seen that before, so cheers for that.
IPA or double IPA? All honesty, it really depends what it is. I don't care if it's double, triple, a zillion. If it's good, I'll do it.
Same with IPA rather than double IPA. Double IPA depends to tends to have too much of that hoppy note for me. But I've had some really good double IPAs in the last year. I put a couple of them in my beer of the year list for the disco beers. So yeah, it depends on what brewery it is and how it comes out. I'll try them. I don't gravitate towards either, to be fair, that much.
Yeah, so it's all very curious. It's all very interesting. I don't mind. Whatever. Just make it good. I mean, give me dragon blood. I don't mind. Whatever. What about you? What do you think? Well, not you. I think you've gone now with no beer review. That's a shame.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to wrap up. Yeah, so yeah, that was quite nice of Brad and Johnny to like put that up.
Yeah, definitely to get a shout out. It's on the it's on their Bubble podcast. Comes out on a Friday, doesn't it? It's 5 o'clock, and it's the first one this year. They haven't done one for a few weeks, so it was nice to get on the first one of this year and have an interesting question and a really interesting answer as well.
Yeah, and you know, my questioning skills, my presentation got promoted. Like I'm basically a celebrity professional.
He said you had good volume. He said you had good sound.
Yeah. So there you go.
So that's your 2 bits of celebrity for the week. Good stuff. Onwards and upwards.
Indeed. Yeah, I know. I did get a message from Brad saying, we've answered your question on the podcast. Oh, well, thanks, Brad. Anyway, this is delicious. I will have this anytime, anywhere. Maybe over.
Oh, sorry, go on. Jolly good. Not to outdo you in any way, but I had a little bit of a celebrity notification this week. It was something that somebody said on last week's show that has been reiterated this week. I won't mention it. I was wondering whether to do this right now, but I've done a video yesterday about it, but I haven't had time in post-production today, what with the football and everything, to get it out. Hopefully it'll come out tomorrow. So maybe we'll have a little chat about it next week instead. But a little bit of, I don't know. I don't know whether it's a real thing or not, or whether it's just a passing comment. But we will see if it comes off. If it does, it will be amazing. And if it doesn't, so be it. But I'll leave it. I'll leave it with that for now. I'll mention it again next week.
Well, good luck, because you know I've got DJs talking about me now. I've got the biggest beer channel talking about me. I mean, us, I guess. Yes.
Well, we're not in competition in this situation, Rasko. I'm not competing against you, but that is good apples, mate. Good apples, good stuff.
Do you want my autograph? You can have it. There's no rush on that. Do you know what I mean? Give it time. Give it time. I'm not going to sell it on eBay or anything anyway, so I know it's always there if I need it. Yeah.
I think I've got your autograph somewhere, and I like on the electronically on the sign. On the certificates, the beer certificates. That's where I've got your autograph, which we've got to do this week. Got to get onto this week to send out for the beer of the year, haven't we?
Well, no, I've got yours. You don't have mine because I printed it, so I've signed it myself.
Yeah, again, I've been really behind on everything this week, so I haven't even put the winners and stuff up, although we did the nomination. So I've got to get back onto that, do some posts. I haven't done any postings on Instagram this week. I know you've done that one about the notification on the show. That sounded good.
Yes.
I've got go on.
No, go ahead.
I've got to say, mate.
Yeah.
I am shocked. I'm slightly flabbergasted by just how good and drinkable this beer is. Honestly, it's. I'm not a big fan of low alcohol beers, as I think I've said before. I didn't this year, so that's what I've got. Earning that alcohol-free Weeissbrau, right? It doesn't say Weeissbrau on it as such, as far as I can see, and I can't read the bit at the back because my eyesight's not good enough. But Lucy, hi, thanks for dropping in. Good to see you.
Happy New Year.
I think I've had one 0.5% beer. I'd had one last year. I think I had the Thornbridge milk stout. I think I've had the Big Drop milk stout before that as well. So I don't really drink no alcohol stuff. But because I generally used to think they were a bit poor, a bit thin, a bit watery, not a lot of flavour. But that is the exact opposite of that. I mean, there's not that kind of alcohol bite that you would on. I don't know what I presume is 5%. I think. Again, I should have checked. I didn't have time to check this out. But there's no, you get a little bit of alcohol bite even in a 4.5%. You can tell it's there. You don't really notice it's not there because of all the flavours. You can taste a little bit of lemon drop. You can taste a little bit of banana-y Hefeweizen. But as it's a Weiss beer, it's got a sort of thickish, voluminous body. So it's not thin and watery like a lot of 0% beers used to be. I don't know about now, but it's got a great sweetness to it. And obviously, the Weiss beer kind of body, it's kind of smooth anyway. It's making me go back for more, as you can see. Half decent lacing on there as well for cleaning to glass. I'm taking big gulps of it. It's going down proper quickly. If I had a night where I have done, rarely if I'm driving or whatever, but you would struggle to find this out and about. But I'd have quite a good night drinking this, even without the alcohol, I think, and still be all right to drink. I don't know about the isotonic. It says isotonic, refreshing isotonic drink. I don't know what they put in it to make it isotonic. It's not like Lucozade or Red Bull or whatever, Lucozade isotonic drinks. But I tell you what, it's a good one, mate. I'm really surprised by that, and I'm really quite pleased.
Yeah, that's the same here. Going back to the low ABV beers I did last year. My faith in low ABV beers is kind of just a lot higher. Than it would be, because that bite, that punchiness you from alcohol drink, but there isn't there, but the taste is there, and this is great. This is great. I'm actually going to open up before I finish this. I'm going to open up the actual Ghost Ship. Well, no, I'm not going to call it actual Ghost Ship. The alcohol Ghost Ship, because this is Ghost Ship in its truest form. It's got all the citrus. It's got all the fruitiness. It's that there is a little bit of hollowness in the taste where the alcohol is missing, but it's fine.
And also, presumably, like I was talking about that wateriness that you get in some no alcohol beers. Is that not there? And there's a little. A little. Yeah.
And that's it. Lucy, what are you drinking? Are you on the low ABV wine? Probably not.
I wasn't going to make any assumptions, Rasko, but Lucy, I'm assuming you're not having any of this dry January business, are you? Or you just, I don't know, you're easing up after Christmas? What are you doing? There is no alcohol wine, isn't there? Now, what about Rasko? No alcohol wine and no alcohol spirits. Where are you standing on that particular little equation?
Look, well, if it tastes good, why not?
Fair play. There you go, Lucy. Well done. I am absolutely not on the low ABV. I had faith in you. I knew that would be the answer. Now we are, but we are going to do a stronger beer later, the equivalent. So don't worry about us, Lucy. We're not losing our minds. We're just having a little refreshing beer, to be honest.
Very refreshing. That's quite pleasing.
Not only that, Lucy's currently on the 10% Omnipollo Triple IPA. Yeah, that's fair enough. Far enough away from low ABV, isn't
it? Yeah. Is it any good, Lucy? Let us know. So that's that. I don't have anything else to report or marvel at my own celebrityness. I did make the mistake, though, when I was out and about looking for this. I got the Ghost Ship from Marks and Spencer's, and I went all the way to my Lidl I thought I saw a low ABV Ghost Ship, and it wasn't. I actually just picked it up, and then I purchased it, and I looked, oh no, I've now got two Ghost Ships at 4.5%.
I guess the Lidl one cheaper than the Marks and Spencer's one, no?
I don't know, to be honest. I didn't keep the receipts for either, so and I brought other items with them. I don't know. So I've walked around all of Croydon. I went into the Waitrose, and And there you go. The low ABV Ghost Ship is £1.30, where in Wetherspoons it is £1.90. So there you go, up the middle class.
That is one of the best beer reviews I've heard tonight. Lucy says, I'm far too pissed to even let you know if it's any good. It's liquid and it's boozy. Sometimes that's all you need, you know what I mean? I would struggle with a 10% tipper for Omnipollo, but yeah, if it's at that point, why not? Happy days. Sounds good. Sounds good.
You wouldn't, because typically they're, well, if they got it right, because Omnipollo are hit or miss. There's no middle ground with them. You wouldn't even taste the booze with them. That's how clean their drink is. It's a bit strange, very interesting, but you never know. Like I said, hit or miss. So yes, I think I'm now going to break out the alcohol Omnipollo. No, Omnipollo Ghost Ship, sorry, from Adnams Brewery. And I'm going to just see what is the difference. Here we go. Here we go. Go. All right. Speaking of football, you'll be pleased to know QPR won their game.
By 1 goal, but on penalties, I believe.
Yes. There was a lot of talk on the QPR circles. Now, interesting. The instant difference is I can't smell it out of the bottle. And before it was coming out.
Yeah.
Here we go. Slightly more carbonated or in it. I will say the non-alcohol version's carb has died out very quickly. There's now hardly any carb in it. Let's see. Let's go. Wow. Almost a different drink completely.
Interesting. I see, Lucy. Lucy says got gifted a bunch of beers from a mystery person. She says, I'm just inhaling. When you say mystery, do you mean mystery as in a bit strange? Do we know the mystery person? All I know is that they're half price reduced on beer merchants. Well, I tell you what, half price reduced and indeed free beers are one of the best style of beers, one of my favourite style of beers. So good stuff. Enjoy that. I tell you what, there's not a lot of difference there in colour, to be fair. I think the low alcohol one is probably slightly lighter, slightly thinner looking, but don't look a lot of difference on it, mate.
No, there doesn't appear to be. I would agree with you.
I suppose I should do the same with this Erdinger, shouldn't I, really? For comparison purposes.
What beers did you get from the mystery person, Lucy? The mystery.
All I know is I like free beer. Yeah, don't we all, mate? Absolutely.
Free stuff is great stuff.
I got a box of free beer before Christmas, Rasko. I got given some Beer 52 beers.
Oh yes, you did mention this on a YouTube video.
Good segue, sir. That's exactly what I was hunting for. I was going to do it myself, but yeah, I did a little beer review video this week. That wasn't really, well, it was a beer review video, but it was a, it was a. I think, I don't know if you call it like almost like fan fiction, but it was a fan video of a YouTube channel, mere 7.5 million followers, called How Ridiculous. You smash things up, build big things, throw things off of things. And they did one a few years ago involving darts. So, because I did a darts video a while back, and I did a How Ridiculous video a while back where they smashed up a beer keg, full beer keg. I did another little one involving darts, getting a bullseye, but they bounce them off pallets. So I did a little video on that, put it up, done all right, got some views, all good stuff, referenced How Ridiculous Boys, and done some Australian beers. I had an Australian stout oatmeal stout, which was really nice. Again, it was free, so sort of enjoyed it. At least you got some Omnipollo, some Lervig, and some Daya. Well, they're big beers to be getting on with, to be fair.
Nice. Enjoy it. That's very good to have for free. First time I'm ever having Daya, actually. Can't wait for it. Oh,
Yeah, Daya's never quite got round to because reasons. I was going to go on Boxing Day to Cheltenham because we were playing there, but our game got cancelled. And I was never going anyway. What can you see on the colour on there, Rasko? Pretty, well, I don't know. That one's kind of more orange.
yeah,
It's kind
it
of,
is.
I would say. It's difficult
Yeah.
under my lights. But, yeah, no, they're definitely... I wonder if they're different beers, really. I don't know. Again, I don't know enough about that alcohol-free one, but I know I enjoyed it. It was really good. Cheers.
Yeah. If I'm honest, there's more taste in the low ABV one. I'm not kidding. There's more taste, literal flavour, in the low ABV.
Funny you should say that because I've just taken a big mouthful of that.
Mm.
It's weird because it's kind of, there's still great flavours. I mean, I like this Erdinger Weiss beer anyway. I have to say I prefer the darker one because obviously, but I can just smash these back like when I'm not doing beer reviews, when I'm just like online or whatever, darts online like I do. They're under £2 at Waitrose as well, so they're pretty good. I got the non-alcohol one in Waitrose as well. Still a great beer, but it does taste oddly thinner. Really weird. Definitely more of alcohol taste. It's still that kind of lemony freshness, that like wheat beer flavour. Slightly less on the kind of banana esters Hefeweizen kind of taste. Still great beer. Still proper nice frothy white head on it.
Mm-hmm.
That's German quality in it. Still very enjoyable, smashable beers. I'm just really impressed, mate, by the no alcohol version and the flavour, the taste, the mouthfeel was really good.
Me too. It is noticeable when I'm having now I'm just going down and it's getting flatter. The wateriness and the hollowness that is in the traditional, typically in low ABVs, it's becoming more noticeable. It's also becoming more noticeable now. I had a sip of the alcohol version, and all of the tasting notes are there, but they're more. They were more present in the low ABV one than they are in the alcohol version, which I find fascinating.
Yeah. As we say, it's all come a long way, isn't it?
Indeed, it's fantastic. I know you're not exactly a ghost ship enthusiast, but I am enjoying it, and I've got another ghost ship to chug down. I'm not going to chug it, but
well, I've got one in the fridge. I did a video, it wasn't even last year now, it was the year before, about not really liking Ghost Ship, and I tried it, and I still don't like Ghost Ship because of the Citra and the grapefruitiness and all the blah, blah, blah. I could tell it was a fresh beer at the time, and it was quite good, but my camera ran out of memory, so I went back to can it. I got another one, and I've never redone the video, so I've still got it in the fridge. I've got no idea when I'm going to drink it because I know I don't like it. It's just, it's only £2 a bottle or under. But,
yeah, indeed.
I like it,
Hello, Blue Nose. We're not very good. We're not.
I tell you what, Harry. Obviously, as you know, Rasko, Harry's a Birmingham City fan. So we had a little bit of chat the other day about Birmingham playing Plymouth. And to be fair, I can't take the piss. Do you know what I mean? We only won 1-0. We had so many shots. We should have won 5-0. We weren't quite good enough on the day. Birmingham's defence was pretty good, but they had hardly any shots at all. So it wasn't the most exciting of matches to watch, to be fair. And also, the other byproduct of watching, I watched it online, I now have a Paddy Power bloody betting account. I don't bet on football ever. So my first bet on football today was on Birmingham Argyle, so I could watch the match on the Paddy Power website. And I cashed out at 13p.
Well
But basically... you have that on football, on sports betting. You have the option to cash out if you don't think it's going to come up, but you never get very much money back. But it's just like a way of saving a little money. I didn't really want the 13p. I just wanted to do the cash out thing because it was kind of fun. I bet I'd $5 on both teams to score because I thought that would be like the most. I never like doing like actual scores or final scores or scorers or whatever. And so I put a $5 on that and got 13p back, and I lost my other bet, a $5 on one particular player to score first, and he went off injured in the second half, so that blew that out the window. But it was kind of fun, and it basically, I mean, I'd pay a tenner on the streaming service, like if I was on like BT Sport or Sky or Argyle Player. So it's like I don't mind losing a tenner, really. To be fair, I didn't have to, but it was kind of fun. And I think I'll get a load of free bets off it as well. So if anybody's got any great betting tips, like surefire things, so I can get my money back.
I watched it on his.
First of all, because of the white writing, I thought he said I watched it in hospital, but no. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's HES Gold or He's Gold. It's like
His Gold.
Like dodgy streaming website. I didn't bother going on that. I did the Paddy Power thing, but yeah, Blues weren't that great at all. I mean, the defence was all right. The goalkeeper had an absolute wonder game. He made this save at full stretch at Ryan Hardy's feet, and we thought he'd scored. And I was up on my feet because I thought I'd won 80 quid because And when that keeper got to that, it cost me 80 quid the best. But he had a great game, the keeper, to be fair.
Maybe it's a good thing you didn't win the thing because you'll be back on it again. And it's lot is linked with a dopamine addiction with that whole cashing.
No, I mean that 80 quid sites because I got a Bet365 account first, but I couldn't work out how to stream it, so I went on Paddy Power. So the 80 quid, I'd be cashing out 80 quid. 80 quid would be quite handy, a lot of beers. I bought some beer yesterday, so I should have done, but I'll talk about that later as well. But 80 quid would have been tidy, to be honest. I went on the I had some free spins on the slot machine. I won 28p on there as well. So
goody.
So I'm only £14.60 something down on the bloody day.
Oh right, yeah, okay, well done. Yes, so. I've just noticed Newcastle have lost. This actually delights me. Newcastle losing in anything in a moment is great. I love it. I love it when Giants go.
You've got the highlights, have you?
Yes, I've got Match of the Day playing in the background silently. That's how I keep track of the time, actually. Yeah. Oh, no, Match of the Day is going on, started late, so that's my entire schedule ruined. So Match of the Day ends. Anyway, that is good. I like that. Oh, Harry's gone. Oh, see, you've scared Harry off now.
All I did was agree with him about the football.
But last time I saw Harry, he actually was after a game. He'd just been to Millwall and survived. Yeah. And it was just before Christmas. But yeah, oh dear, but being a Birmingham fan is hard. Being any fan is hard, apart from a QPR fan. Well, maybe.
Well, we all have our moments, to be fair, don't we?
We do, and us QPR fans, we don't really do well on this league, this FA Cup thing. Never have done for God knows how long. So, pardon me if I don't seem to get that enthusiastic, but I'm glad we won. May it continue.
Yeah, he described it as like being a tea bag because you're never long in the cup. Yep. No, as well, I'm not sure it's one of the two.
Well, yeah, that's a good one actually. Oh dear. But, I'm struggling to remember which one I'm on. I'm on the low ABV, I know that. I was about to actually pour my low ABV into my alcohol one. I'm not going to do that. I'm just keeping track. I'm going to move that over here right? And I'm not going to lose that. I am not going to be buying many beers. I've got a beer stash which is now overflowing again, even though I didn't hit it hard this Christmas. I really need, I think maybe the end of the month or next week, I don't know. We should just do beer stash mania. We should do a YouTube binge video of just hitting our beer stashes to empty them out. And we invite everyone on, hit the beer stash, and beer stash clearance, huh? Yeah.
That's not a bad shout. We could do that. I tell you what I've got a load of disco beers left over. Well, you don't want to buy more beers. I'm going to get some disco beers, but I know you can, but you don't have to.
Yeah. So that's an option, and fuck, some of the beers are aging. Maybe this is actually turning out to be a bad idea.
I was still in Waitrose the other day when I was picking this up, and I looked at the Fuller's Vintage Ale. They've got a couple of, obviously they got this year's in there. I don't know whether they're, and I sort of like, do I spend £6 on each, like buy one, drink one, and age one or not? I don't know. I sort of left it for now. I'm not sure whether it's worth it or not. I don't know. It's like, if I buy one this year, how long do I have to age it for before I try it or sell it? Or is it like, it's just not worth it? I don't know. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's the thing, and that's kind of what I regret about opening a beer on New Year's. That was one I wanted to age, and I think it might have tasted better. It didn't go down well, which kind of makes me a bit worried about that Fuller's beer I've got, the 2015. I'm not exactly a barley wine type enthusiast, but aging it might bring out more maturity in the drink, which I might quite like. So I'll be really fucking pissed off if I ever open up that Fuller's. I'm kind of afraid to open up now.
That's the thing. It depends why you've bought it. Have you bought it to try and taste what a 2015 beer tastes like, or have you bought it to age it and sell it on for the value in 5 years' time when it will probably double or something? You have to. I wouldn't want to spend £80, but I'd want to have bought two and drink one now. In fact, I want to bought three because I want to drink one now, drink one in 5 or 10 years' time, and have one for the resale value. It's like it gets a bit, what's an investment and what's a drink? Like, it's difficult. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to go with a resale, but I will be kicking myself. But hey, I've got this thing. I can just put this on it and sell it on within 3 days. Within 3 days. Yeah. Meat Beer Boss, hello, how you doing? Are you eating much meat? Are you drinking much beer? How are you doing? Let us know. We're doing low ABV beers. I'm doing Ghost Ship and comparing it against actual Ghost Ship. I'm not calling it actual Ghost Ship. Alcohol Ghost Ship. Yeah.
Normal Ghost Ship. Such a thing.
Yes. So yeah, there you go. Oh, that kind of alcohol.
There we go. I don't know.
Anyway, there we go. I'm getting rid of the non-alcohol Ghost Ship very quickly now. I want it gone. Hello, and I'm going to reconnect my headphones. So
only I can hear you, as it should be. Did you hear I'm a celebrity, Meat Beer Boss? By the way, I'm a celebrity. I'm getting shouted out on radios, podcasts, and God knows what. But anyway, speaking of podcasts,
okay.
So there I was listening to Rhythm Blues, their Christmas special last night, and they're saying 90s music was just full of covers. It was just 90s was about the covers. And I was like, hang on, back up. And okay, they have a point. There was a lot of covers in the 90s, I will agree. But the 90s was a lot more than that. I'm actually going to tweet them and say, hang on. You know, some of those covers were even better. Nirvana did a cover of David Bowie's Man Who Sold the World. Actually made it better. And don't get me wrong, the Bowie version's great. The Nirvana ones are better.
Was that probably... did they mean, first of all, did they mean cover songs or did they mean sampling? Because there was a lot of sampling started in the 90s. But did covering songs not start around about the 80s or the 90s in greater numbers? Because I've got this theory that the world's really run out of songs. There's not that much new stuff coming through. And certainly today there's a lot of covers and samples and, you know, people doing each other's songs and stuff like that, and people collabing on songs, and there's not a lot of like very much original stuff. But I think in the 90s, yes, there was a lot of covers because they were covering the good stuff from 10, 20 years ago, because you could, but then people are covering stuff from 10, 20, 30 years ago now.
There you go. They mentioned both. So there's a lot of sampling was happening. Mark Johnson, the beer blogger, was there, and he's a massive hip hop fan. He said, "Yeah, there is." I would have jumped onto it. What's that from? Actually, from Meet Beer Bus. Yes, I understand.
Famous Bubble from Big Brother 2 said he knows you.
He does.
It's a level of. He's having a bubble.
He does. He does. Knows me well. But yeah, you know, there was a lot of sampling. You know, The Cause did a cover of a Fleetwood Mac song apparently, and I mean, I wouldn't say the 90s to me is the pinnacle of music. I mean, it all came together in the 90s. I've said it once, I'll say it again. I'm going to tweet that at them in a nice way. Say, hang on.
I agree with you, to be fair. 90s was a lot of good music. I probably wasn't so well aware of it then. But yeah, 90s, yeah, there was a lot of new stuff going on, really, wasn't there?
Yeah, I mean, you name the genre, it was happening in those 10 years. Rock, metal, dance, techno, pop, whatever. It was happening. What a decade. Actually, you know, I may not be able to do a show at the end of the month because I'm trying to get 2 tickets for Fabio and Groove Rider, 2 90s legends.
Fabio.
And they're playing with a live orchestra down the South Bank. So, yeah. We'll see how that goes. I'll let you know. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, so that's one thing I you know, they were saying, no, this, and I'm like, what? It's not wrong, but it's not completely right to say complete. I would honestly argue with anyone or debate kindly how great the 90s was, and not just the music, but the raw spirit. You know, the fighting between Oasis and Blur, very entertaining. I think Blur won that one long term. But there you go. And that's that. It looks like Meet Beer Boss has gone. You made that nice comment. It's quite a good comment, to be fair.
Well, it's quite a quiet one tonight. I think it's always the first week of January. It's kind of difficult, isn't it? Like, a lot of people aren't drinking or whatever and on about and stuff like that.
Or they're just, you know, crying about the FA Cup. Yes. Oh, dear. But, yeah, so, yeah, that's another one thing that's happened to me this week. It's been an odd week, very odd week. I've quite liked this week, but, yeah, apart from the weather. Yeah. No, I wanted to get rid of this. I'm switching the booze already. Forgetting that. I'm on the booze now.
Have you got a third one to run up behind it?
I might do. I could go get something. I've actually got a 5 points best bitter in bottle. I'm going to save that for another week. I've got another Ghost Ship, which actually I could do with clearing out. As I said to you on WhatsApp, let's count how many beers we've done this year. So I'm on 3 beers for 2022.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you mean
3
like
beers.
total number or individual different beer?
Total number of beers. If you want to go with styles, go for it. I'm going to go with.
I think it's fair to say I've probably already lost count already, to be honest.
Uh-oh. Oh, hang on, no. Sorry, we did a show on New Year's Day. So
That's true.
I'm on 1, 2, 5 beers. Shit, that was a week ago.
Yes.
Whoa, that's saying something. Oh well, hey, that's delightful. That's enjoyable. It is a bit darker. It says my glass here. It says INP Brewery and Tap Room. Oh, that's something worth visiting.
Oh, yeah.
So, do you have nothing to say?
I have nothing else to say. I put a beer order in with Lords over the weekend, so I might check them out next week. They got a new, because I wanted to get the ones he did, because he's done 2 with other beer reviewers. He'd done a beer before Christmas with Paul's Beer Reviews, done a ginger pale ale.
Mm-hmm.
Appropriately enough, done a the pale ale with Paul. He did he did an ESB with Simon of Real Ale Craft Beer. So that was kind of interesting. So I picked a couple of those up. I picked up some more Roy, and I picked up some more Band and Carl, the Porter, because I wanted to check that out, because we had that discussion last week after Mark said to me about Band and Carl for Beer of the Year, and I'd forgotten about it a little bit, so going to pick that one up to have another little look, which again ties in slightly with the video I've got in production to come out. Hopefully it'll come out tomorrow if I get it done, and then I'll get this one chopped up and put on YouTube on Monday night.
Yes, with some burning of the midnight oil, we'll go into the Rasko and Disco machine. I'm going to get a video up this week. Maybe. But some definitely tweaking of the certificates, because I don't really want to be sending them out in May, April time like they were before.
Yeah.
And, that'd be fun. Well, yeah, it will be fun. And that'll be that.
Have you had any change of mind with your nominations, your winners? Did you have any regrets? Have you got it right?
Only real regret is not really keeping track of it as efficiently as I did the previous year. And as I said, the regret, Lords. Really, Lords should have been on there on my list, but I couldn't give it on certain grounds of. I haven't had enough of the beer. I like the press pack, but it wasn't exactly wowing me. But I like what Lords do with their outreach. I could have given it to them on just that, but no. The only thing I do regret is just not keeping better track on notes, which that lies on me. But no real regrets. Let's just see. I really want it to be more of a underdog. I wouldn't mind it to be a giant slayer like the year before, like Mad Yank winning it. I am going to get, before it starts again, I am going to get some duck beer. I'm mispronouncing it. That won the World Cup Brewery event done by Time for a Brew podcast, who I've reached out to.
Yeah.
I sent a message to asking for details, but he hasn't got back. Yeah. But, he doesn't seem to be very social media active at the moment. It must be the calm before the storm. Because I've even left a tweet message, because he's started reading Matt Curtis's latest book, I've left a message, and Matt Curtis has got involved and said, "Oh yeah, it's a pretty good book."
Yeah.
Oh great. Well, what do you like about it, Matt?
Yeah, that's because he tweeted him, and you've replied to tweet, but it goes to both of them.
Yeah.
On when you do tweet, and so yeah, no, that was good. It was nice of him to come back on that and say about that. So
Yeah. Hey Matt, if you want to come on the show, come down anytime.
Matt, he does his own. I think he does his own podcast, or has been doing podcast stuff. Now, I haven't actually, again, because there's so many podcasts around at the moment.
There is the pin.
I can't remember if I said last week on the show about. I know I did, didn't I? About us getting to 700 people. And we've sort of just about maintained 700 people this week on Instagram. We're almost at 300 on Twitter.
Yeah, I think we have been at 300, but it went down. I'd just like to thank all the followers, particularly, Suck Dick and Fuck Me Hard. All of these are particularly followers of ours who must have great clientele base and not really wanting to be part of your clientele. But thank you for your loyalty, your genuine loyalty and interest. Yeah,
I know there's some weird ones, but I haven't looked too far into the list of names like that. Is that genuine? Are they genuinely the followers' names?
Some of them, it came up, when you do a story, I looked at who's been looking at it, and it was like, fuck me. And I was like, literally, fuck me. Oh, whatever.
Well, yeah. Takes all sorts.
Yeah. But, Matt Curtis does a podcast called The Pinnacle. It's very much on, it's good. It's informing. Sometimes I like it. Sometimes I'm just like, nah, not in the mood for it. It's kind of, he used to be involved with good beer hunting, and it's kind of on that lines, but not.
Yeah.
Well, no, it is on those lines. There is no not. But, I always find with good beer hunting and the Pinnacle of, why are you so fucking serious about beer? I mean, who the heck drinks beer to be that serious? But at the same time, I can't doubt I find it very informing. I do get a lot out of it.
Yeah.
I doubt they'd ever have an anarchist like me on. Or celebrity anarchists.
Well, who knows, mate? As soon as the name goes round, you never know.
Well, I'll be handing out autographs next week. Who knows what I'll be doing next week, Well,
say, mate, onwards and upwards, Rasko. Onwards and upwards. What can you do?
Yeah, I'm loving the genuine the alcohol ghost ship. The flavours aren't there. To be fair, the flavours in the non-ABV ghost ship haven't lasted. It's got more watery and empty, literally empty in taste as it's gone on, but I would still have it. The ghost ship.
I can't believe. Sorry, go on.
The bit boozy ghost ship is holding out in taste, but the carb in both doesn't last. It goes dry very quickly. Go ahead.
So the thing I can't believe is the head retention on that. Gary's still there on the last thing. And I tell you what, I don't think this will be my last one of these this year. It's my first, but I don't think it'll be the last.
No, there you go. No, I've got no bad. I'm very happy with the purchase. I might do this again next week with something else, or not. I don't know.
So are you? I know last year you did kind of a dry January, even on the show a little bit. Are you planning on doing that this January, or are you just sort of drinking a bit less?
I am reducing the drinking this month, but I will see. I have no real plans. I am going to do slight detox, just a slight detox, but nothing special. That's it. No real concrete plans. That's all I can say. What about you?
Well, I normally put up the thing we won't be doing dry January this year, or even January. But yeah, I can't do dry January this year because I've got far too much beer in the stash that I do need to drink up. I need to get onto. There's some from last year left over that I just never quite got round to. And I might do. I'm tempted to do it in February, mostly because there's less days in February, so it's easier. But this week I've just like 2 or 3 days this week. I'm like, should I have a beer? And I just didn't really fancy a beer, so I'm sort of fairly well doing dry January anyway, because I've stopped drinking that much during the week, which is why I've got so much on the beer stash that I've got to get in and just ordered some more. I've got to crack on and get on with it. But no, I'm not doing dry January. I'll still have a beer on the show. We work out what we're doing for next week. We've got to get some guests on this month as well, I think, haven't we?
We shall see. We'll probably do some games, and I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what we're going to do. We're going to have a chat, see what the heck we're going to do with January, because, like you say, it is quiet. It does perk up towards the end of the month, but it is a quiet month. And I don't really know. I don't have any plans. I got some ideas, no plans. I do like to say you'd like to do dry February because there's less days. Well, yes, those 2 days less really make a difference. You know, it's 48 hours. Enough said about that. But yeah, I just want a nice, healthy. I want to get the spring. I'm no fan of January. I make no secret. I do not like the month of January at all. It's just cold and it's cold and it's cold.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of winter either. I much prefer the warmer months.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it if it was, I don't mind it being cold. It's just grey as well. I wouldn't mind a bit of snow. But just something about it is just, winter. February's all right because the Six Nations starts, and that perks it up. Hey!
Yeah, we'll have a little bit of rugby chat, won't we? A few beers for that.
Indeed. I was actually contemplating just going into hibernation totally and not even doing this for January. But no, I am. It gives me something to do. And that is that. Really. This is enjoyable. That's enjoyable. I'm going to finish this and then I'm going to go to bed. And enjoy a nice.
We're now at the end of the show. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, and that's it. I'm surprised Craig Kemp Beer Review hasn't popped his head in.
No, he's live on YouTube at the moment.
I thought he would be.
Yeah, he's on. I think Paul's just finishing off by the looks of it, but Paul's been on 7 hours. Paul started the low live at 4 o'clock this afternoon. He's still going. Craig's over on YouTube, so might have a look at that a bit later.
Indeed. Oh, okay. I might pop my head in, say hi.
Yep.
Or not. I don't know. I'm tempted. I got a milk stout from whatchamacallem, Wild Beer Co.
Yeah.
Millionaire.
Right.
Tempted to open that up. No, I shall resist.
Well, I got a 10% lined up afterwards if we do carry on, because I thought that'd be a nice little way of going anti-dry January.
Go for it. Knock it out. In fact, mix it up. Mix the beers up. Go on. Let's get radical. Let's get through January as quick as possible by getting as radical as we can. There's a night we should do. I don't know how we're going to do it, but mixing beer.
Yeah, I was trying to do that, and I've got enough beer in to do it, but I've just never quite got into, just in case it goes wrong, really. I think I'd rather just drink the beer, but there's a couple that could work.
Yeah, there's Hugh, and there is a way to do it. You can look it up online, and then we can put it to the test. There you go.
I think what generally is if you end up getting one that's a bit dominant, and it'll kind of just take out the other, and it'll just taste whatever you've already got. Trev, hello.
G'day, mate.
G'day.
Yeah. So, some mixing beer. That's an idea we could do for this year. Mixing beers. I'm going to look. That's it. I'm making a note of that. Oh, Mark's beers. Oh, Paul must have finished.
I told you Paul's just finished. Yeah, he's done 7 hours, so he just clocked off. But thanks for popping, of course. Cheers. Good to see you, Mark. How's it going?
So we've compared low ABV beer with their alcohol equivalent. I've compared lower ghost ship to alcohol ghost ship, and I wouldn't kick low ABV ghost ship out of bed anytime soon, but I'd actually prefer the alcohol version. Yeah, sorry, bud, I was on a panel. Well, you've been on quite a few panels this week. Every time I turn on YouTube, there's Mark. I think I'm about to call it Mark Tube.
It's a little harsh. It's a little harsh. Harsh but fair. Say there was a good one. There was a good one on Thursday night that Mark was on with John. So I quite enjoyed that one. I was on that one. And, well, I wasn't on the panel. I was bouncing around the comments. Things got a little bit serious about it there, and I was sober as well. I hadn't had a beer on Thursday.
I'm hearing lots about it, actually.
Really, Mark? Low ABV ghost ship is bloody lovely. Don't agree, mate.
I agree.
Don't agree.
I agree. But yeah, I'm like bad. Not bad penny at all, but yeah.
More than a penny, Mark. At least a footly bit.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't know why we're having a go at Mark. Mark always says we're good at having a go at each other, but suddenly we're having a go at Mark. I don't know why. He's turned up.
I'm not having a go at Mark. I'm just saying he's doing a lot of hours. He's doing all over YouTube.
You got to put the hard yards in on YouTube, Rasko.
Yeah. So I'm told. Whatever. But yeah, no, a few plans. There might be. I don't want to go too much what I have planned for this year. I don't know. Is it even worth having plans? Can you plan anything these days?
Just going to see how it goes, mate. All plans are. Who knows what plans are going on for this year? Because plans get changed very easily, don't they?
Well, yes. We could take bets on what could happen this year. But yeah. There's no news yet, but on GBBF or whether it is happening, I am getting good vibrations that things are going to happen, but I wouldn't want to make a bet on it just yet. We'll update on festivals happening as things develop.
Yeah.
And that's what I've got to say about that. Is there any festivals that anyone would recommend? Even Australia. I wouldn't mind travelling to Australia. It's been a long time.
I tell you what, talking about that, something I noted during the week, talking about Mark being in, Mark actually helps to organise a beer festival. He gets the beers in. He was talking about it on a stream the other day, so I'm sure he'll tell us what festival it is. I think it's up where he is in Suffolk. I tell you, Rasko, I forgot to get that stout out the stash, so bear me a second. I'm just going to nip off. Shall I set your question before I go?
Oh, sorry, I'm sacking you. You're sacked.
Mark, there's an opening if you need more hours.
Yeah, there you go.
Carry on. Ask me a question or something. I'm only going to go.
Okay. So count how many beers you've had this year, because I'm on beer number 5 of the year. By the way, those of us joining us, I'll tell you a funny story I said at the beginning of the show. I went to see The Matrix Resurrection on Monday. I brought a beer, Brooklyn Lager, and they ID'd me. It's true. They ID'd me. I mean, it's the greatest compliment I've had in 20 years. But hey, there you go. I got ID'd. I'm at 40 years old and I'm getting ID'd. Oh, I was over the moon. I think the guy working at the cinema is now my best mate. Quite frankly, any more compliments like that, I think I might go back, might go watch a film now just to see if he's there, see how he's doing, my mate. That's how to make friends with older people. Well, people who are more mature. ID them. It's the greatest compliment. Maybe I could come up with friendship advice. Mark's come up with some comments, but so is Trav. Let's go through it. That's it.
Sorry, I know I said I was only going to nip to the thing, but I heard you wanging on about being famous again, so I nipped to the loo whilst you said it.
I'm talking about my ID experience. Mark says, yes, it's Holston Beer Festival. My role is in the team of beer sourcing. Oh, yes. Mad Yank. Source some of that. Source some Mad Yank beer. Trav says, Gab's Beer Festival is coming soon. Is when they announce the top 100 Aussie beers of the year. Ooh, you know what? Keep us posted on that. We'll take a few notes and we'll see if we can get them.
Trav wasn't in earlier when I said I had an Aussie beer this week. Hop Nation. I had a Hop Nation Oatmeal Stout this week. I was giving it free in a Beer 52 box, and I've got some other Aussie beers, a couple of other cans of Aussie beers in there. I'm not sure which one. Something involving lime, and there's a Neapolitan ice cream one as well, but I'm not sure what those Australian beers. But yeah, I had Hop Nation Oatmeal Stout called Karma. It's up on our YouTube channel. There's a little review of it. It's, amongst other stuff about darts.
Yeah. Mark says, I must have been drunk from New Year's celebrations, Rasko. I don't think the guy was, but the guy was older than me. Who he claimed to be, who I did me. But hey, there you go. It was the greatest. It was kicking. 2022 this week particularly has been great. I've been ID'd and I feel over the moon. I've been mentioned on BBC Radio 2 again for the third time. The craft beer channel's mentioned me and us, mostly me. And my daughter's been put up for a grading in her taekwondo class, and I got that. I got told I was on the craft beer channel, mostly us, mostly me. And my daughter put up a grading within the space of 1 minute.
Your daughter does taekwondo?
Yeah, she does. Yeah.
She's a formidable force without a bit of violence. I mean, I know it's not about violence, it's about peacefulness, fighting, isn't it? But fair play.
Trav says Hop Nation is great brewery. There you go.
I did have a look on the website. There was some interesting, very interesting beers on there. But like I say, this one I had, the Oatmeal Stout, was pretty good. So.
I would like to know. GBVF does a foreign bar stand, and some Aussie beers are usually there. I have never partaken. The only Aussie beer I can think of, sadly, is Victoria Bitter. And I've been a long time since I had that.
Victoria Bitter, I haven't seen that here for a while. I tell you what I've seen more recently, which I did enjoy when I was in Oz, was Cooper's Pale Ale. Bit fizzy, but half decent Pale Ale. I love the green colour on the bottles as well. That used to be, that was stocked over here for a while, but I haven't seen that for a long time. So yeah, I tell you what, there's a lot of craft breweries in Australia. I was chatting to my mate Mark in Melbourne. He mentioned a few. There's a lot of good stuff coming out there at the moment.
Mate, it's globalization. There's a lot of craft breweries anywhere.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, absolutely. But I sort of started noticing them a little bit more as well. I don't know that much about Australian craft breweries, but I keep seeing them popping up.
Yes. See, that's one of the criticisms of festivals. Knowns. It's just the big names. It's Verdun, Dare, Gypsy Hill. It's all part of that clique, and it does annoy me a little bit because GBBF, I will fight for that festival with my dying breath. mate, there's always something I don't know there, and that's what I go to a festival for the unknown, not for what it's always talked about. Not that the beer's bad from these festivals, but all of those providers of festivals. But I want a bit of risk. Here we go.
Well,
Comment from Trev.
Oh, yep.
Coopers make amazing.
Purple can. Coopers in can, man. My favourite breweries are Stomping Ground and Deeds Brewing. Not to come across, but good stuff. Coopers in cans, man. There's only in bottles that I know about. So I'll crack this one, Rasko. You probably recognise it. I did do it a while back. It's from Brew by Numbers. It's a collaboration with Bimba, the whiskey company, where Bimba supplied an old whiskey cask to Brew by Numbers. They actually chipped it. It's not barrel aged as such. It's just barrel chipped. Ex bourbon cast. Again, I can't read the can, and I think it's 10% again because I can't read the can properly at this distance. But yeah, Bimba Imperial Stout.
Yes.
As you can probably see, I'm having a little bit of trouble with it. It's been in the stash for well over a year, I think. I'm sure we did that. Yeah, I think we did this back end of 2020. Because obviously we know the guy from Bimba and we were talking about it. And I'm struggling, man. I need a flake. It's proper. I mean, obviously, it's a 10% Imperial Stout, so it's going to hold up. But I don't remember it being that creamy and frothy on the head. Absolutely dark on the body. And I had a little slurp because it nearly spilled over again, and it's properly boozy. This is like the complete opposite, a complete antidote of doing a 0.5% beer at the start of the show. Just get on a 10%. Nice. Imperial Stout with a whiskey barrel. Proper smooth. You can taste that whiskey. It's got a slight woody note from the wood chip, from the barrel chips, but it's got the coffee note has come. So I had this over a year ago, and I remember it just being big and boozy then, and it's probably only got better. Big, strong coffee note, a little bit of bitterness, a little bit of chocolate, definite bourbon barrel aged booziness. Yeah. Superb. I've actually got a barrel aged version of this in the stash as well. Came out last year. I've not got around to. I was going to do a side by side again. Not go around to it, but
okay. Maybe that is something we can do side by side. Do a bit more beer planning.
Mark's Insta has been hacked again. Why are they picking on you?
It's Mark. My Insta's been hacked again. Interesting.
Shit, mate. That's tough. Why and how? And I can't believe I've had this problem with Instagram again this week. Entered a competition, and then suddenly we're followed by a company that looks like the company are followed for the competition with an extra word in it, and it was Wiper and True. I don't know if you saw they followed us this week with an extra iron. So yeah, Instagram, you've got to sort your stuff out about helping people out, man. How can it be hacked? You're in the account. That's weird. I mean, I don't know enough. Luckily, we're not clearly popular enough to be hacked. Famous last words. Man, and that's weird.
Well, yeah, don't say that. With the likes of Suck, Dick, and Fuck Me following us, you know, who knows? Yeah, I shouldn't say them things. Sorry, commentators curse, but that's fucking chronic, Mark. I'm sorry to hear that. But yeah, their support is absolutely terrible. I try and report stuff. I always report those dodgy accounts that follow us. And it comes up, and I can't understand a reporting procedure. It comes up and it's like, oh, yeah, why are you reporting this? I'm like, well, it's pretending to be somebody else. And then it asks you, who is it pretending to be? And you can tag people in, but only if they're celebrities or business or like big businesses. I'm like, no, I want to tag in the actual tag of the people.
I type in at Wiper and True, doesn't want to know. I'm like, well, how? And then you never hear nothing back. And weeks later, the account is still following. I mean, I could block them, but it's just not going to do a lot of good. But the amount of people that follow these fake accounts is, even it's in the hundreds. So it must be worth it. It must be mugging some people off. But I don't know what happens when individual accounts get hacked. So I'm really sorry to hear that, Mark. That's a real pain. Real pain. Instagram needs to sort that out.
Yeah, it does. In fact, I think we should boycott doing the show forever on Instagram and fuck it off.
Well, I was briefly, when I was watching Paul's earlier, they did say about that, and Shark was on there, and he said, no, get over to YouTube. We'll look into it, mate.
Nothing bad happens on YouTube.
You just get Russian bot. Even when I went live on After Hours last week with Craig, I still managed to get a Russian bot pop in and put some dodgy link in. But I mean, it's easy to meet them, so I don't even know why they bother, because I can't see people clicking links like that. But there you go. Yeah.
Nightbot. Yeah. Right. We've just got another follower who Sazi26. Sazi26, I just waved at you, but I think you don't have a profile picture. Why don't you have a profile picture? Say hello, be sociable. Don't be shy. Anyway, yes, that's all I can say. This is delightful. Are you going to nominate your beer for a beer of the year, or are you going to be sensible and not nominate it on your first sip?
Oh, what, this one? I don't know. It could be. Again, because I've done it before, it would have been under consideration for 2020's beer of the year. So I suppose you can have a replay of it. I don't know. It is good. But I don't know. Like I said on the show last week, it's like nominating like a 10% something for beer of the year, when it's really a special sipper that you can just, I couldn't have this every week. Probably wouldn't want it every week. So no, it's probably not a beer of the year. It is probably one of the beers of the year so far.
Oh, well done. So,
but if you remember, early January, I did nominate a beer of the year, and it did actually make it into second place in the beer of the year. That was the Black Forest from Mad Dog.
There you go.
It did make it all the way through. But it stuck in my mind so much. It did make it to this. I don't know. Yeah, it's good enough. It is good enough. It's got some great flavours on it. It's got some great smoothness, great booziness, and as you can see, look at all them alcohol eggs already sticking to the glass. Nice, and the head is staying for a 10% Imperial Stout. That head, there's still like several mil head on that. It's big, it's boozy. Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Well, that's an interesting one. And I think that is good to end on, as I'm looking now. Wigan Athletic have beaten someone 3-2, and it's all very nice.
You're watching for the other goal, mate. It's special.
Really?
Goal of the night, mate. Goal of the night.
Yeah.
Hey, Rasko. We're going to sit and enjoy this. I've had a good show again. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for all the comments. Happy New Year to everyone.
Happy New Year to everyone. We did get quite a few people popping in for a bit. Lucy, Blue Nose, Meat Boss, and a new follower. Thank you for the new follow. Everyone.
Cheers, Trav.
Thank you, Trav. Anything you'd like us to do or like us to speak of? Well, I'm a celebrity now, so I can put my weight behind that for any cause and whatnot.
How much tongue is in your cheek there with that, Rasko?
Quite a bit, if you must know. But So anyway, I'd like to say, Aya con Dios. See you next time. Like I said,
Uh,
up for suggestions. Believe
Once
enough, lose
again,
control.
if you're watching this back on YouTube, if I put it up on Monday, which hopefully I will, if you're still watching by this point, thank you very much. And if you do watch all of this back on Instagram, especially you, Craig, cheers. And yeah, have a great week. We'll see you next week, I guess. Cheers. Believe enough to lose control.
Bye-bye. Oh, no, QPR just came on the screen. QPR just
Yeah,
come on. Oh, mate. Right. Bye-bye. Yeah, gotta go. Bye-bye.
cheers, all.
Yeah, bye.